Packers has it teed up, and off we go from Lambeau. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
Ready? Yellow lady, yellow lady. Go. Opposite.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's going to... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that is incomplete.
Come on, pick it off.
He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
On 2nd and 10. Breeze. That's caught inside the 20. Oh, how about the passing numbers so far on this first drive?
Oh, no doubt about it. They're flinging it around pretty successfully. And look at the start. The confidence level that we see in him rising because he's hit a few early. And how about the last one? The big shot right there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Again, it's Breeze. This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Lutz good on the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game.
We ready.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
We ready.
This is taken near the 13. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He's got the hook up to Lazard. Touchdown, Packers.
Let's go.
Alan Lazard, 59 yards. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as a wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Ready.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Yeah, recon. Let's go, baby.
Second down and 4. Breeze looking middle, and it's incomplete. Traquan Smith.
I read that shit too.
And it's
I read that.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Breeze. Flush to his right. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
Check.
They do go for it. It's Breeze. The open man is Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Flushed out right. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab.
All right, I got something for that.
That's good for 28 yards.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
Eluding the pressure right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now, Breeze again. Sliding out of the pocket. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Breeze to throw again. Dancing to his left. He is going to find Hill here. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. These two teams all tied after 1.
Ready? 5-9. Hey, kill.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze.
Oh, my God.
It's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas.
Come on,
it'll
boy.
Be 2nd and goal.
Fucking pick it.
From the 7 on 2nd and goal. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Here's Breeze to throw.
Good D.
Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3.
And it's intercepted
Let's go.
at the goal line. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, folks, we gave you a glance at the AFC playoff picture. Let's talk NFC playoff picture. Bit of a shakeup because the Niners and the Saints game, and then the Seahawks and the Rams. So San Fran back up the top spot. Then you have the Packers who beat Washington moving up to number 2. The Saints with the loss, try to follow all this. They drop down the spot, but it's a critical one as they lose that first round bye, and then we're still awaiting resolution on the blitz coming, and and down he goes. Demario Davis coming in for the sack that time. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down. And the pressure gets to him again.
You want to blitz?
Demario
Right, I got
Davis
you.
able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. Rodgers to his tight end Graham on a big one. 73 yards.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Now, hold on a second. Why would they decline that? Charles.
I don't have a good answer for you, but let's work the math here a little bit. If you take the penalty, you get 5 yards. Minimum.
You're in the positive in the yardage, and you get to rerun the down you just had.
I like that. I like that little extra on top of the whole thing. This makes 0 sense.
Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime previews. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Going to try a little trickery here on the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now it's Rodgers. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. They run it for the first time with a backup Murray. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Let's go.
Ready? Yellow lady, yellow lady.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Ready? Yellow lady.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
14 yards, good for a Packer first down. So from 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, as we hit the home stretch of the regular season, just 3 weeks left. Let's look at the slate for Week 15, some of the more intriguing games. Houston and Tennessee, that's a big one in the AFC South. Rams going to Dallas. Buffalo at Pittsburgh, that's a Sunday night game. And then Charles Davis will be taking his park into the frozen tundra. You've got Chicago at Green Bay this week.
Certainly do, and I'll take a heck of a lot more than just my parka. I will look like Bib the Michelin Man when it's all said and done. I will be bundled to the...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Kevin King with a pick, and he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams.
Oh, man.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Making the catch is Sternberger. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And again, it's Rodgers. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Give the sack to David Onyemata, the product of Nigeria by way of Canada. On 3rd down, here's Jones. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They'll run it with Williams. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm. Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's a big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara 74 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. They've done a good job of holding him down in the first half, but he explodes for a big one right there.
Yeah, I've got an image in my head of him being surrounded by a bunch of people, really, with ropes and other things trying to keep him locked in. But eventually they got tired too. And just as you noted, he broke out.
And it's a guy that usually you can only keep down for so long. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Crosby with the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the 35 on 2nd down, Breeze. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
13. Hey, box truck. Good set.
Working from the gun. It's Breeze. That's caught. It's Thomas.
Oh,
all the way
damn.
to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 23 yards on the play. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Breeze going to throw. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 8
Let's
there
go,
on the
baby.
1st down play. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. Looking for Thomas. He's got him. Touchdown, New Orleans. 10 yards on the touchdown pass, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Don't be scared of it. Let's go, Mike 50.
Now Breeze. And they're going to get the 2. It's caught. And the lead is cut to 2 here in the 4th. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, good hurdle. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
On 2nd and 15 now. Rodgers, and Graham's got it, complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 22-yard line. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. 1st down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And there, the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
Well, what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense. Get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A very solid gain of 27.
Pop, pop.
To throw is Breeze. This is complete to Michael Thomas. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on 1st down. Now Breeze. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
All right.
Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Breeze to throw. And this is caught. So they took a chance, but they are back within a single point here in the 4th. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Rodgers looking to throw. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. To throw is Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The veteran tight end, Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Rodgers to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown puts him up 7. But now's when the fun begins, partner, because if you go ahead and kick the extra point, it's still a one-possession game. Go for 2, you might put it out of reach.
Yeah, a little decision to be made. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead is up to 8. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he is in for the touchdown with no time remaining. And, Charles, we're a 2-point conversion away from overtime.
And that won't be easy. Oh, there's no doubt that this crowd has absolutely been rocked by what they just saw. But guess what? There's still 2-point conversion to deal with. Still a little drama left.
Now, one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Wow, partner, let's take a moment here to catch our breath. What a finish. They did get the touchdown that they so desperately needed, but they also had to have the 2-point conversion. They couldn't get it done.
And we got to start keeping oxygen tanks up here with us, don't we, when we have games like this? But as you noted, such a dramatic ending. They got the points they needed to put themselves in position. And then the last big play, that effort, and they come up just a bit short.
And the defense in that situation, you're on your heels. You're reeling offense for the momentum. But, boy, credit to them for stepping up, getting the stop.
Without a doubt, finding a way to finish off the game and a win for their team.